Demoskujcie go. Przecież chłop nawet zjeść normalnie nie może.
No nie wiem. A jak będzie próbował ucieczki? Jest zbyt cenny.
Daj spokój. Tydzień go już wieziemy i niczego nie próbował. Czemu teraz miałby zacząć? Swoją drogą ciekawi mnie, czym taki spokojny człowiek mógł się narazić z erikańskiej królowej?
No to Zouza jest. Królowa i czarodziejka w jednym. Takie są najgorsze. Zamiast o niej lepiej opowiedz jedną z tych twoich historii. I zagralibyśmy partyjkę.
Czemu nie? A skoro już mowa o królowych...
Witam wszystkich serdecznie. Wojna Krwi, Wiedźmińskie Opowieści. Zbliżamy się już do epicentrum. Jesteśmy dokładnie w tej części mapy. Tu jak widzicie wszystko wyczyściliśmy po drodze przed nami. Myślę, że droga pełna przygód. No i zobaczmy, co się kryje za tym mostem. Okej, widzimy kulę już.
Meve's force neared Davor's abyss. Signs Meve soldiers feigned indifferent. A moment later, a commander's horn,
A mine of the strip variety.
Gabor explained.
Treasures we picked and shoveled.
Meve squinted and gazed into the distance. Indeed,
Gabor,
Meve cried out over the whirling wind.
have you bards here in Mahakam?
Zdobądź 7 ładunków dla swojej katapulty. Okej, oczywiście znanym sposobem
Here's the way down. We
wygrywamy tą
need to break
walkę.
through and destroy the dam.
And indeed, bards sang of this battle soon after. For no claws or... Silence came at last. The Queen stood at the edge of the precipice, breathing heavily. A rush of icy water suddenly rose, then just as abruptly plunged. Once the Lyrians had put some distance between themselves and the now destroyed monster lair, Meve ordered her men to pitch camp. Then,
My lady, your daring deeds have come to the Elder's attention.
said the dwarf in a measured voice.
He's positively irate and...
No dobra. Czyli co mu się i tak nie podoba, nawet to, że pomogliśmy w całej tej sprawie. Tam był pamiętnik, widzę. Ale okej. A gra naprawdę urocza jest graficznie. To wam już wspominałem w poprzednich odcinkach. I zobaczymy, czy będzie jakaś kontynuacja, bo warto w to inwestować. Czy jak to fajnie w ogóle tu wygląda, jakby zabierało ze sobą grę całą. Mamy klucz. Tak jak mamy klucz, to od razu na mapę patrzymy. Gdzież ta skrzynia? Aha, tu jest skrzynia, okej. Pasowałoby morale podnieść żołnierzom, tylko czy się uda? Kolejna zamieć. Ruiny Białej Kuźni.
Frozen, all. Only the banner moves, blown by the wind.
Downright poetic. Prime material for a ballad, perhaps even a whole saga.
Tutaj kolejny pytajnik mamy.
Gazing towards the horizon, Meve noticed a dark shape outlined against the mantle of snow.
Ah! Mirko Vidmar, they call me.
He said,
I too have lost my home.
Ciekawe co nas tym razem za... To już wiem. Już wiem co nas zaatakowało. Łatwo by nie było, gdyby nie...
The ruins! From there they come! Drive them back!
Gdyby nie magiczny przycisk, prawda?
as soon as the fight was done, Mirko Vidmar ran toward...
Seems to me brother Mirko wasn't wholly candid with us. This here's no...
I canna stand to stay here a moment longer. The days...
I understand the lad.
No to trzeba to
I
starość.
sympathize, Mirko,
said Meve.
but I'm a
Oddać.
crowned head. I must decline.
Tak jest, no trzeba to starości oddać, bo jak już takie prawo mają, no to trzeba się go trzymać. Zawsze inaczej się na mnie popatrzy, prawda? Podczas rozmowy z nim. Teraz pytanie, gdzie my idziemy?
The Lyrians rode a narrow, winding path along the rocky ridge. To one side were ice... Gabor did not finish his discussion. The driver tried to...
Did you see how they fared? Anyone? You only live once.
Meve sighed.
Proszę, to jakiś pająk? Zasady specjalne, no. To mi się podoba. To są te zasady właśnie specjalne, że robię
Careful!
Okay.
No one try to be a hero!
pomin bitwę i już jesteśmy do przodu.
Bereft of sword and shield, Meve could not withstand as... When the last monster fell lifeless to the ground, Meve walked up to the shadow. Soon enough, all were safely back on the path.
Idziemy dalej. Mamy tu drogowskaz, ale... A, bo to jest taka osada. Weźmy to przy okazji, tu raczej nie powinno być nic, ale sprawdzimy to. O. Ale tego mi tu nie pokazało, czemu?
Welcome to me inn.
Spoko, spoko. O, bym opuścił jeszcze przy okazji jedną znajdźkę tutaj jest. Dlaczego mi ją zwiadowcy nie pokazali? Wszystko obszary mamy ujawnione, to o co chodzi? Dziwne, nie? Spokojnie, zaraz zobaczymy. Jak nam dalej pójdzie? Wiecie, lepiej eksplorować, nabijać właśnie ten poziom cały. Niż potem martwić się poziomem rozwoju bohatera. I mnóstwo bonusów. Z tym, że możemy coś wybudować w obozie. Nie wiem, czemu ostatnio do sztabu nie mogłem wejść. Tak, warsztat. Tu mi zostało paręnaście rzeczy jeszcze. Niech je ulepsza w takim razie. My się do sztabu udamy w przerwie nadawania odcinku. Spokojnie. Dolina Przodków. Co tym razem? Na mapie zaznaczono kolejny skarb.
Meve now witnessed a sorry sight.
You knew it! You knew they'd smelled vapors, but you ordered them to keep digging till it...
Meve resolved not to meddle in dwarven affairs. She did not know what Mahakam's laws would make of the situation.
Now, a speech for the foredwarf. Rot slow, you whoreson.
Okej. Ale wydaje mi się, że nie była dobra rzecz to, co on zrobił. Czyli to, że robotnicy musieli pracować dalej w kopalni. Prawda? Pominiemy tą bitwę. I otrzymaliśmy... Sorry, ale mam problemy z mikrofonem. Otrzymaliśmy mnóstwo fantów, którymi obdarujemy naszą kompanię. Szybka mapa. Wiem, że w górę mamy iść, ale... Aha, no to już... Tu jest ten skarb chyba, co był na mapie. To już końcówka, widzę, tej mapy. Szybko to idzie. Ciekawe, ile jeszcze przed nami, nie? Bo to rozumiem tak, zbieramy teraz...
The Lyrians ascended the highest section of them. The rest of her words were drowned out. Meve followed the dwarf's gaze and cried out. Meve survived. The dwarves who ran to the Lyrians' rescue dug her out of the snow in time. Some of her soldiers were not so lucky. The queen looked at their bodies, blue, frozen. Next to them lay dead horses. Gabor spoke a while with the leader of the Mahakam guard, but...
What? What?
I tell you all in good...
No, Gabor. I need to find out what in...
Well,
Of course it was an avalanche. I'm no fool. So you brought this snow down on...
well, I...
Explain.
See, we clean our mount regularly. When snow's gathered deep enough, we'd blast our horns to cause a controlled...
All well and good, but why did you decide to...
Wondering that myself. Schedule says next clean...
Who?
Meve, I'll tell you.
Who?
No właśnie, kto?
Hey. Owain ep Clenvog. The Nilfgaard think it were meant as revenge.
The bastard.
Wait! Wait! I understand you're a wee bit upset. You've every right.
I've no such scruples.
And then? How'd you tell that, Meve? You're justly taught, but for the love...
Moments later, scouts reported Owain was camped to the north of the Axe.
No trochę straciliśmy, patrzcie ile złota zostało. A ile desek?
By the elder sideburns, I'd no notion anyone was in the vale.
milady.
whispered one. Meve's gaze caught something else,
Meve! Asking you last time, keep a cool head.
whispered Gabor.
You want vengeance?
Await my signal.
The Queen.
My condolences. That Avalon...
Meve leapt towards the emissary, placed two hands on it.
Tak jest, ciśniemy z nim. Skąd będzie wiedział ten cały starosta, że to my to zrobiliśmy? Przecież go tam nie ma, prawda?
Gefern Quan en Lyrien!
Meve showed no mercy for the Nilfgaardians in Ove Nepklenvog's camp. All would share their leader's fate. The elders, outraged the Queen had once again defied their principle of neutrality, levied a punishing...
No dobra. Czyli znów nam kasy jeszcze odjęli, skurczybyki. Przynajmniej mamy satysfakcję, że pomściliśmy swoich ludzi, prawda? Bo trochę straciliśmy. No cóż, dobrze, że zbieramy ich. Cały czas, na bieżąco, eksplorujemy. Tutaj
While
kolejne...
passing the mining settlement of Kolstok, the dwarves she saw, however, were not engaged in a battle against shale mars and barbaric, piecing together the obscenities. Meve concluded they were debating an old quarrel about the height. Meve knew well that this type of...
Time to end this delicate feud, once and for all. Time to end this delicate feud, once and for all.
A jaki ten spór? O, widzicie? Mówiłem. Że to będzie tu. A już tą kartę mamy.
When she and her force had travelled half the way to the first, she heard a lot...
Czekaj, kto nas wyzwał do ataku.
Eyes up, lads! They're flying straight for us!
Aha, spoko.
The Lyrians managed to repel the monsters and reach both peaks. Upon each, the dwarven contraption left no room for doubt. The peak within the Dahlberg clan...
Zostaje wyższy niż ten na terytorium bogów.
To lie would be simple, true.
said Meve.
Yet to forget the matter would be so much
No dokładnie, dokładnie. Też honorowo tutaj czynimy. Dostaliśmy sporo złota, widzę.
The dwarves of both clans had...
Dalberts are the dwarves we need. Every hoog's the dunder heed. Dalberts are the dwarves we need. Every hoog.
To co, udajemy się za misją główną. Ciekawe, czy musimy od nowa budować cały obóz. O, nie, jest wszystko tutaj zrobione tak, jak ma być. No właśnie, nie mogę tego zrobić. Ciekawe czemu. Może się coś zawiesiło.
As Meve neared Langbridge, she ordered her bugler to announce her...
I do not seem to recall summoning.
In that case, I must tell you to fret not.
Then I propose you leave. Just as spontaneously, call it. I must don fresh clothes. I'm just...
Doubt it'd make much difference to him.
My patience is near its end, Gascon.
There's something you ought to know. The sites we cleared of beasts. I ferreted a bit.
None. The monumental...
Bones, my dear Meve. Dwarf.
Wait, don't dare give...
Of course. After all, they'd been gnawed clean of all flesh by monsters. Incidentally making it quite easy to...
Meaning what? That the entire...
Did not perish due to an invasion of beasts from the depths. Now, I shared my discovery with Gabor. And guess what?
Blast. Overly eager to aid us from... I shall have him summoned at once.
No właśnie, ciekawe
Minutes
co
later,
ukrywają.
Gabor stood before the queen. At first, he tried to mislead her with evasive answers, but as her pointed questions demolished one clumsy excuse after another, he had to give in.
Oi. As King Desmond's...
If you think I welcome jests in this moment...
Right. So, supposed to make sure you destroyed Burr's Rump and Davor's Abyss thoroughly.
What? Why?
They was home to the Fuchses, our mortal enemies. They'd been a boil in our hiding, so to stop them, our clan...
Gods. So...
Me? I didn't raise a finger. Tried...
You claim not to have taken part, but neither did you do anything to stop the massacre.
What was I to do exactly?
You might have informed the Elder-in-Chief.
They're guilty. Meve, Queen, I'm begging you. He cannot have...
On nie może się o tym dowiedzieć. Ja też brzydzę się tym. A co by tu zrobić? Zastanowimy się, moment.
I need to consider what's right. Meanwhile, Gascon, make sure Gabor remains our guest.
Of course.
No jesteśmy. Kontynuuj.
Bruva stood by the bridge like a statue, arms crossed, eyes squinting. Meve sighed inside. She stood little chance of having a pleasant chat.
Elder-in-Chief, sir.
No shouting and dressing here, lass. Plowing. You think you're due glory, do you? What do you think? Why didn't I...
For you.
For I didn't want to. For something didn't fit, damn it.
Postponed it all those years expressly.
I didn't need no lectures. And now, it's all gone to hell. You flooded...
Mówimy prawdę.
I would not be so sure.
Sure a bloody what?
That you shall never learn the truth. For...
This... Sacrants. But... Hold. Aye, all right. Got to admit you've more in that pretty head of yours. You want our aid? You'll have to answer our questions. My questions.
Why, I wouldn't dare.
Better not.
Bruva set off at a brisk pace, paying Meve nor anyone else heed. The Elder's bodyguards rushed after him, then came the
No dobrze, za zdradę. W wojsku nie może być pobłażliwości. I co dalej? Idziemy dalej tutaj na tej mapie. Długi most, okej.
Dwarves demonstrate innovative thinking in many domains. Metallurgy, engineering, architect. The Queen and her retinue were nearing Mount Carbon when Meve heard a cry. It was Xavier.
Hold! Hold!
The Queen was striving to calm her spooked mount.
Czyli elfy z powrotem. Ale tutaj trzeci poziom widzę. Zobaczymy, ile wystawi wojska.
At last, Renna! You are mine!
We trapped your grace, but we can try and fight our way through.
Nay, Dwan camest.
Their strength combined, the Lyrians and dwarves managed to defeat the
Wronie oko, proszę
What is your name, elf?
Abayeth met Pars.
She said,
Thank you, Reynard. I know well what. Kiss my ass. Is that truly the best you can?
I'd rather show you exactly what I can.
You got your opportunity. On the battlefield. Will you not?
No one. It was my decision to kill. Do you remember him? The elf whom you denied. You've elven blood on your hands.
Eldane was a criminal.
You call him a criminal? What do you call humans who murder our... Do not dare compare us.
Enough. I've heard all I would.
But I haven't. Did you fall on your heed, elf, eh? If you want to fight humans, go on and do it.
You cannot be neutral. Mahakam has stood aside sleeping long enough. That is why we struck it in it.
I have kept him away. I've been bloody right to do so. You want to play? Yeah, I should kill you. With my own hands. I should cut your throat. Well, I'll not grant you that.
Bruva Hoog gazed after the shackled elf as she was led away. Meve expected him to...
No proszę, taka ciekawa rzecz, nie? Odgrywają rolę, wiecie, bo jakbyśmy go pochowali normalnie, to pewnie tej elfki by tu nie było.
Look, Mount Carbon.
Damn! And I thought Novigrad was big.
I co teraz?
The Lyrians stepped inside Mount Carbon's bowels. Meve rode while looking upwards, admiring.
I thank you for your invitation.
My invitation? Choice term,
With all due respect, do you not feel like...
True enough. Changes of mind and human wars concern me not at all. For so many they are. That's why this morning I aimed to send you off with nothing. Mattered not what the clans were saying. Nilfgaard supports the Scoia'tael. It's common knowledge. Nilfgaard uses them.
To
So
jak
what
jest
use would you make of me, if I might...
Aye, the kind dwarf like to give Nilfgaard a warning, you ken, if you're going to rile my So, when you march out of Mahakam, you'll find a company and you're to put them at the fore next time you face Nilfgaard. Want the Blackclads to break the...
I do not...
Faith can move mountains, aye, but it can't do much about borders.
We will see.
No proszę.
I would like to march at once.
Nay, not granted. At once? What's that mean? Our lord...
Bruva, as was Bruva's wont, insisted. So, all clans were to be represented at the feast. Save one, of course, the Zigrins. For they had already learned their punishment. When the sun had retired behind the peaks, the underground city came. Suddenly a messenger arrived. Bruva lifted his copper horn to his ear and listened with furrowed brow.
What's that? Speak up!
When she saw a sour grin on his face, Meve knew the tidings were not good.
Meve, you expecting anyone?
How's that?
Runner says a delegation's arrived at Carbon.
How dare they?
You bet.
Who leads the delegate?
It's your son.
Villain.
Mahakam remains neutral as regards all your squabbles. I trust I needn't remind.
I wish to speak to him.
I'd forbid you, but, as I said, never seen a more...
Meve spotted banners, a Lyrian eagle upon one surrounded by Nilfgaard's black rags. Her hands became fists, showing...
My. I should apologize. It seems I missed the coronation. Congratulations, my son. Who was it who placed the crown? General Epdar.
Count Caldwell.
Ah, yes. Why have you come here of all places?
As my official mission, yes. Yet I trust you've had tidings from the field. Edirn turned to ash and dust. Vizimir murdered...
This limerick, will it come to...
Why, yes. To the same as this war. Mother, I beg you, you must see it. Nilf...
There will be no later.
This Mother.
An impression many might have indeed.
Where, Mother? In Zerrikania?
Your friends from Nilfgaard will learn that is simply not...
So you aim to persist?
For our freedom.
Curious. I could have... When I was crowned, a fact you deride, though that makes it no less true.
And slavery can. You know well the Blackclads put pet...
Reprehensible,
And resettlement? Forced late...
I see I will not sway you, mother. A shame.
Oh no, I, not you, will
Oh, have we any...
No właśnie, skąd wiedział, że ona tu będzie?
Naturally.
I...
Oh, roses are red and so are you. Lyria is 2 weeks' travel hence. Had you received word only once I was here, we'd have been... No. You were forewarned of our intended route. Get out of my sight, then.
Meve struggled inside not to turn and gaze once more at her son. The Queen returned to the banquet hall. Her advisors shot her questioning glances, curious what she had discussed with Bruver. But Meve
Feasting's done, Reynard.
I've thought on it, Your Grace. We've strength enough to hit the foe, but still...
So what do you propose?
This war we cannot win alone, nor even with the dwarves at our side. But if we... Thus, I propose we attack behind the front line.
Where would you suggest?
I'm considering Angren. To begin with, a thickly wooded marshy land, always helpful in clandestine operations.
All too little, I fear. Since we require a...
Just recently welcomed a new regent, in the person of Count Coldwell. My third argument.
No need.
No I dokładnie, to już
Meve
wiemy.
had toiled, cajoled, persuaded, and gained the dwarves' support. She left Mahakam strengthened, markedly. Even so, the Queen was in a foul mood. For it was clear a traitor, a viper, nested among the Lyrians. Someone who had conveyed the Queen's plans to her foe. From this moment on, Meve would need to weigh every word she uttered, even in the presence of her closest associates.
Your Grace, we must plot our course forward. Shall we take the western passage into Angren, or...
Not now.
When then? Dawn approaches, yet we know nothing of where...
I will not repeat myself.
The Queen knew she would learn the traitor's identity in the end. If need be, she would tear the name from the throat of another turncoat, Count Caldwell. Meve drooled at the prospect of seeing Caldwell in chains, then passing him to the hangman.
Saddle the horses. I shall take the fore.
The time for diplomacy, for preparations and negotiations had gone. Meve was to attack her foe at last, and she could not wait to do so. At long last, Meve's force reached Angren's marshy woods. Ever been? No? Count yourselves lucky.
You certain we haven't lost our way?
Alas, here there is no way. We continue south, that's all.
South meaning the bottom.
Should you ever venture there, I offer you this advice. Do your utmost to make no noise. Poor soul. His comrades cried out, reached out, but alas, amidst frothing waters they heard bones cracking, the moan of metal bent and crushed.
What the... Bloody hell, what was that?
Rather not know, personally.
Hold your positions! Arms at the ready!
It was a glusty war. One of many the Lyrians would encounter along their path. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. At last, Meve and her force stood upon the Yaruga's bank. To find and punish the traitor Caldwell, they would have to cross the river. Yet the sole bridge nearby was in Nilfgaard's hands.
Your Majesty, some new reports require your attention.
No dobra, zobaczmy te raporty. No dobra. Mamy kolejną mapę. A zobaczymy, jak ona wygląda, czy jest duża. No jest trochę... Wow. Trochę ma, nie powiem. No dobra, my się widzimy już w kolejnym z odcinków. Pozdrawiam serdecznie. Cześć.